Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hello everyone, Craig here with another great business to discuss on this episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. Today's guest is Lou, and he's selling his affiliate business on the Empire Flippers marketplace. So welcome to the show, Lou. How are you doing today?
Great, thanks for having me.
Excellent, it's good to have you on. I'm looking forward to talking more about your business. But before we dive in, let's go over a brief summary of the business. It's an affiliate business in the business and lifestyle niches, created in September 2016. The average monthly revenue for the business is $16,565, and it makes an average of $16,071 net profit each month. For everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 49997 to learn more about the business, or you can unlock this listing to start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So now that I've given a general overview of the business, let's have a look at what's included in the sale. We have the domain, including all site content and files, an additional domain currently being used as a 301 redirect, SOPs, and social media accounts for Facebook and YouTube. Okay, Lou, now let's hear from you. Can you tell us a little about your background in building and running online businesses?
Yeah, so I started in 2016, and this is actually the first website that I built, and it was not my main focus at the time, and it kind of grew from just learning about online business and marketing. It was more of a personal business blog, grown it from pretty much nothing to where it is today. So I essentially used the website to help me learn more about making websites and different affiliate programs. So really it helped me get access to different courses and different affiliates. And through that, I built it from essentially using it for my own learning purposes, and it grew into the biggest website that I have. So it's been an interesting process, and I'm excited whoever else takes over it.
Absolutely, yeah, that was an interesting process. So what is it that attracted you to the affiliate marketing business model in particular?
I think initially it was the cash flow revenue. It's nice to have monthly income. I really wanted to get something that was passive, but then also something that I can sell later on. So any work that I put into the website, I was able to get a return on investment from it later on. And building affiliate websites for me was very attractive because all the work that I put in, I was earning. It was like an investment, like a piggy bank into myself later on. So that's why I was really attracted to this model.
Excellent stuff. Yeah, you've had great success with this business. So how come you're selling it at this point?
At this point, I have a few different affiliate websites, and I'm not diversified enough in my portfolio. I'm too heavily invested in affiliate websites. So this is just an opportunity for me to kind of divest myself from my biggest holding and diversify into other smaller affiliate websites and as well as cryptocurrencies, which I'm a big fan of.
Excellent stuff. Is there anything you've learned from building this business that you will apply to other sites or businesses?
I think one of the biggest takeaways from building this site is that the importance of focusing on one topic and really creating a website around a specific topic and making the content as valuable as possible. So for me, I think one of the successes I had with this site was I put a lot of personal time and effort into it. And I think that shows with some of the longer form content. And that's definitely something that I would continue with other websites.
Absolutely, yeah. Quality of content has certainly seemed to become more and more important on Google for a lot of factors. So what did you learn from building this site that worked for you in particular?
I think what worked for me was consistently building links to the site as well as adding content. So I think Google has some sort of algorithm where it detects sites that have been neglected and have not had updates. So with this website, I really spent a lot of time updating it and adding content, specifically long form content and valuable content that other websites would want information from. So to me, I think that is just the consistency of building links and producing new content was some of the things that really helped the website.
Okay, and what was things that you tried with this business that didn't work out for you?
Well, what I kind of touched on before was just specifically focusing on one topic and making the website really focus on one topic. I think what I tried with this website is I kind of branched out to a few too many directions. So I think that is one of the things that I would not do in the future, and something that the new buyer, I would highly recommend not doing to the website in the future.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So where does the majority of the traffic come from for this site?
Almost all the traffic comes directly from Google. I know there's some direct traffic that comes just from people that know the website, visited before, but I think majority is from organic SEO, so directly from Google or from various other websites, search engines.
Okay, and you mentioned that you were consistently adding content and link building. Was that your main SEO strategy, or did you implement any other strategies to grow the website's ranking?
Majority was link building content, also reaching out and answering emails from journalists through Hero. I found that was one of the things that I learned that I found was a pretty efficient way to also build links. So yeah, I think the main strategies were link building through Hero, also guest posts, and some PBNs as well.
Yeah, so if you were to keep the business, what are some ways that you would try to grow it?
Definitely, I would focus on content and creating content that would earn links from other websites. So I think now, especially from what I've seen, there's a recent update this morning from Google, and their focusing seems to be on content. I would really double down on creating long form, interesting content around the topics that the website is mainly focused on. I would also continue building links to the website, because I think that with this niche, there's a lot of new entrants. So you have to keep ahead of the competition by building links, earning links, and making sure that the content is valuable.
Absolutely. And with the business history of earnings, looks like it's been pretty consistent. Would you say that's one of the main reasons for that? So what would you attribute to that success?
The main thing I'd contribute to the success is consistency with building links and creating content. I think, as I mentioned before, I think Google really rewards websites that are consistent, show some sort of consistency, that they're involved in the website and that it's constantly being updated.
Absolutely, that makes sense. And could you describe the amount and type of work you do on this site for maintenance?
For maintenance, well, I answer emails, and that comes from Hero. I also update content. I do outreach to other websites to get links to the website. And that's pretty much it at this point. It's really on kind of autopilot, but I think for the next stage of growth, obviously you'd have to put a little more work into it in terms of creating content. I would outsource some articles to writers, but if there's an important article, I would kind of work with a writer and then heavily edit it in my own kind of words, and to make sure that all the topics that Google's looking for is covered.
What skills or requirements do you think there are for someone who's not familiar with this niche or business model?
Well, I definitely think writing is something that is very important, either writing it yourself or having an editor. I think link building is something that would benefit someone that buys this website. So either through outreach or through PR or even just guest posting, buying posts. And Yeah, I think those are the main skills is writing and building links essentially. I would say if you were to ask me what are the two things that helped me with this website, it would be writing and building links.
Excellent. Yeah, and I'm looking at the site now and it's very well designed. Did you carry out any CRO work out on it or anything?
I haven't done any CRO work. That's something a new buyer could implement. I just essentially went with what I thought looked good and what I saw other websites doing and implemented it myself. Yeah, it's not something that I've actually A/B tested. That's something that if I were to keep the business, I would definitely really look into because I know how important that A/B testing is in converting kind of users into clients.
Yeah, absolutely. Agree with that 100%. And looks like you've been featured in Forbes and the likes of Founder and places like that as well.
Yeah, and that's kind of the strategy I had with Hero is I would check emails kind of once a day and reply to a few of those emails. And yeah, it just so happens that, when you put yourself out there and you respond to these journalists, I mean, good things happen. So for a couple of weeks, it was kind of frustrating that I didn't really see any progress, but then I just kept doing it. And eventually I started getting mentions and links from a bunch of pretty high DR websites. And yeah, I thought it was a really cool way to grow the website other than building links normally, which is, buying guest posts and outreach.
Excellent. Yeah, you've definitely been rewarded for your persistence. Yeah, overall, what do you think are the biggest risks with this business that a buyer should be aware of?
The biggest risk with any content website, it's changes in Google's algorithm. So if you look at the website, or if you look at it, Ahrefs, you notice that it was hit by the 2 recent Google algorithm updates. So that's something that any website that you buy can be affected. But other than that, there's been pretty consistent revenue with one of the software programs that I promote. So I think there's around $2,000 to $3,000 in recurring revenue from that. So at least that is stable. And I think there's a lot of upside opportunity to someone that can get on the right side of a Google algorithm update and grow the positions of this website.
Absolutely, yeah. We've covered a lot of great stuff today. It sounds like you've got a great business here, but just to sort of summarize it all, putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think this is a business worth buying?
I see this website as, for me, it was a passion project, but there's a lot of different revenue streams that can be tapped into. So in the hands of a right buyer, and there's definitely opportunities out there to really grow this website. My personal goal was to make this consistent 30K per month website. And I do see a path getting to that, but unfortunately, with Google updates, it's kind of knocked it back, but there's always ways to recover from these updates. And in the right hands, I really believe that this can be $1 million website.
Absolutely. Great stuff. So regarding the sale of this business, would you commit to a non-compete?
Absolutely. Yeah. All the other websites that I'm involved in are not in this niche. And so I have no issue signing that.
Okay. And how much support are you willing to offer buyers? Are you going for the standard 30 days of email and Skype support?
Yeah, I think I put in that I can do 3 months of support. So to me, I want to see this website grow. I want to see this website do well. So whoever buys this website, I would definitely want to help out and see that through.
Oh, excellent. That's really good. It's a lot more than the standards usually offered for support on our marketplace. So yeah, I'm sure a potential buyer will really appreciate that. And so are you open to negotiating something like an earner?
Yeah, an earner is something that I would consider.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to share that I might have missed?
No, that's it. Thank you for the interview. And if you've been listening, I appreciate you listening to this podcast.
Thank you very much, Lou. It's been great talking to you.
Great talking to you too, Craig. Appreciate it.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 49997. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description that goes straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.